Our female leader this month is the owner and head trainer at Canine Workingmind, whose mission is to help dogs and their owners live a calm, happy life through education, understanding, and rehabilitation. Please welcome the wonderful Tara Stermer and her dog, Mac. Yes, this is my dream. Oh, I love you, Mac.
He's waiting patiently. Can he get on the couch?
Yeah, he can get on the couch.
So he
There's like human beings that come in fallout that I wouldn't want on the couch, but this Matt can have the couch.
He's waiting.
He's so such a good boy. So, sorry, back to you. You're the accomplished human who owns Mac. What inspired you to start Canine Workingmind?
Well, long time ago when I was very, very little, I wanted to protect all the dogs I can come across. So that's what's really.
I'm gonna cry this interview right now. That's just the truth of it.
Yeah, I started protecting dogs about 5 or 6 years old, and I haven't stopped since.
That's amazing.
I want people to understand me.
Damn, you must be tenure by now. That's a long ass.
You're kidding, you see that?
Oh, I'm getting there. What have been the biggest challenges you faced as a dog trainer?
Oh, the biggest challenges are the dogs that I know that can be fixed that people give up on. Those are the biggest challenges for me, the people that we try to help the dogs as much as we can, and people can't continue working with them or choose not to, so we know they can be fixed and they just don't, or they resort to quick inhumane treatments or forced training.
That's, oh my God.
That for me is the worst.
Yeah. What would you say is the biggest misconception people have about aggressive dogs? So Tara Works specializes with aggressive dogs.
I do.
I've heard your name like referenced to me by like every person who owns a dog in Austin.
No. That's a lot of people. I think that's why we're so busy.
Yeah. So what would you say is the biggest misconception about aggressive dogs or about training dogs in general?
Well, I think the biggest misconception about aggressive dogs is that they're born that way. I would say 95% of the dogs out there are actually taught how to be aggressive by humans and mistakes.
We're the broken ones, not them.
That's true. That's totally true.
I'm in therapy now.
That's the biggest misconception.
Yeah. Can you tell us about the Canine Workingmind shelter program? And we'll go through all the other programs you work on, so let's just talk about the shelter program.
So we actually have a program that we go into animal shelters and we teach volunteers and staff how to handle and get the dogs to work in the shelter so they can be enriched in the shelter and have at least less stress when they're in the shelter. A lot of times they're just sitting in a cage and they're bouncing back and forth and that's all they get to do. But our Workingmind program is basically that. It just gets the dogs working in the shelter so they think every day that they have a job.
Oh, that's nice. I know a lot of people who want that, like to think every day that they have a job. But that's amazing. Can you also talk about your partnership with Stepped In Texas?
So Stepped In is something that I started I guess it's been about 9 years now. Stepped In is a community program that I go into low-income communities, and I start free training programs for low-income communities to help them keep their dogs in their houses instead of surrendering them to a shelter. It's a 4-week program. We go in, we do free training, and then at the end of the 4 weeks, I vaccinate their dogs for them. We sometimes can offer spay and neuter depending on how much money we have in our bank account because everything is funded by me.
That's amazing. So no state funding, it's completely
Self-funding.
Damn. Isn't she great?
Yeah.
Can you talk about your program T-Dog, which is D-A-W-G?
Yes, it's T-Dog. It's the Texas Differently Abled Working Group. It's for our deaf, blind, and blind dogs. It's a whole program that I designed for deaf and blind dogs to teach them how to do agility and commands and so forth. Because a lot of people with deaf and blind dogs, they don't get adopted. They don't have a chance in the shelters. They euthanize them right away because they don't think they have a good life. But we teach them how to do just about everything that any other dog can do, and probably more. I had a deaf and blind dog named Gaia that had 58 commands through touch and scent. And a lot of your dogs probably don't have 58.
No. 2. Smash head and mom's Who is a strong female leader in your own life? And this answer can be a dog.
I would say, yeah, I would definitely say Squish.
Squish.
Yeah, Squish is
Squish
not
part of your pack?
Squish is part of my pack. She's a little marshmallow.
And you have 16 in your pack, right?
I do not have 16.
Oh.
So I have 13.
13.
It's a big difference. 3 makes a big difference.
And you have horses too. You work with the horses and the dogs.
I do. I have 4 horses and I have a little mini ass, basically. He's a little mule who is quite the ass, but his name is and he loves to bite and he loves to kick, but he's sweet and he's cute as anything because he's no bigger than Mac.
And animals get along pretty well.
Yeah, they get along as long as they don't get in the horse's pen. They don't get kicked. They're good. They get along well.
Yeah, my dog barks at horses, and I think he's just like, what a big ass dog!
It's a
big dog. What is a favorite memory you have from the work you've done over the years?
There's lots. There's a lot of favorite memories. I can't actually just pick one.
Mm-hmm. The most recent, maybe.
The most recent, just about every dog that I have helped.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Switching careers. What advice would you have for dog owners with dogs who are maybe, like us humans, a little bit misunderstood?
Yeah, well, we work with dogs all the time that are misunderstood, and it's mostly the humans that are misunderstood.
Oh.
It's true.
Yeah, it is true. I've heard that, where
so
it's like dog
basically,
training.
no, we don't train people.
Okay.
So I'm going to say that that is probably one of the biggest pet peeves I have.
Okay.
So I don't train people. I translate for people.
Translate.
So I'm not a psychologist, so I couldn't help you with your therapy.
I have someone for that. I don't know her race, but I have someone.
totally translate for you what your dog is saying.
Gotcha.
And then you understand your dog more.
Got it.
So basically that's what we do for a living. But honestly, my best memory is any dog.
Any dog that walks in the door. I love the O's. What do you hope to see for the future of Canine Workingmind?
Well, I'm hoping that I have a whole bunch of little Terra 2.3.4.5.0s, which I already have. Terra 2.3.4.5.0s. Out there. I would really, really love people to stop using horse training. So the more people I can educate about not using horse training, I'm hoping Canine Workingmind can do that. Get out there and teach people that there's a different way to train.
Yeah, positive reinforcement over negative.
Not cookie throwing, but positive reinforcement.
Got it.
Yep.
Cool. I'm learning so much. How can our audience support you in your work?
Well, you can adopt a dog, foster a dog. If you need help fostering a dog, you can come and see us because we can help you get your foster dog in your house.
So is that like the shelter program where you also match families?
So no, but the more dogs that get fostered, the more dogs that get saved, and that keeps us in business.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, guys. Give it up for Tara. What's your favorite thing about Tara?
Don't ask him that. I have too many secrets.
Before you go, we have a tradition on our show where I gift the Strong Female Leader with something from Dollar Tree, not a sponsor. And it's always usually a problematic wine glass. Like the copywriting is just, it's not great, but I do love this one. This one's a favorite of mine and it's relevant to you. Let me get it out so I can read it. It says, in dog wines, I've only had one. But I'm worried about the health of that person. There's also a poster in here from that time month, and I couldn't not get Mac a toy. But I also felt like that character in Love Actually, where I was like buying my mistress a gift, and then I had to get my dog a gift, so I got a gift for my mistress and my dog, and I felt bad about it, but I feel great about this toy because I wouldn't normally give chocolate to a dog, but this hoopsie roll. I quit comedy after this. Sharon,
Thank you so much.
You can visit canineworkingmind.net to learn more about the services they offer and to meet other members of Tara's